some reason this isn't working. Do you know what the IP is?
I can try to give you.
Yes, I did send the IP of the server on Discord already. Okay.
Hello everyone, welcome to this special session of FAI virtual gliding, and we are here with the ASCII 13.
Good evening, Sebastian. Good evening, everyone. Antoine Ave here talking, and we are tonight with Vic Schenemakers and Chris from Condor, that you may know. Probably if you're following the Condor forums and the development of Condor. So Sebastian will be leading the live streaming here, and you can ask all your questions on Twitch or YouTube or any channels you're on right now. Welcome, Vic and Chris. We're glad to have you here tonight.
Good evening, everybody. Yeah. I'm still trying to paste the IP. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm already flying, so that's good.
Okay, so who worked on this new glider? It's Chris or Vic?
There was an English guy who originally made the glider, the ASK13 for us, and when we received it, it looked very good. But then when we looked into it a bit more closely, it was inaccurate and quite a few misplaced items, and some shapes were wrong. And so I took it on. I had to make a special trip over to the gliding club in Beaujolais to see Nico Cordelier, and I then did a 3D scan of the ASK13 that he had there using my iPhone, and with that information I could then come back and change the model supplied, and there was a lot to do, quite a lot. These gliders are, because of the tube frames inside the cockpit and the many items, takes a long time to do that and to get them right. But finally got that done, and then it sat for about, I don't know, a year, waiting for us to finish version 3, and then Week took it on, because Week Schumacher's always does the pilots and the pilot animations and the cockpit ambient occlusion. So he took it on, and then there were a few other small things needed to change, and he corrected those while we were still in beta.
Nice.
So yeah, it's a joint effort, and then we passed it to Patrick. Don't know his last name. Chris, can you help me? Portman, right?
Portman, yes.
Yeah, and he made all the skins for us. He did a lot of nice skins for all the gliders in Condor 3. So we asked him to do the skins for us for the ASK13, and I think he did an excellent job on that.
Yeah, I agree. Really, really good. In fact, Patrick was so good that we've invited him to do all the skins for gliders in the future.
Nice. Yeah, I've seen a few skins coming out today or maybe yesterday on Condor.club from Patrick for the Schmelak and all the tow planes there, and they look really high quality. So looking forward to download them all already.
Several of them are included in the patch or the hangar update. So for every tow plane, there is a couple of skins now instead of just one.
Awesome. That's a good thing as well. People really like to fly with new skins and so on. So that's really cool. So Sebastian, do you have questions, or where are we? Because I don't have the stream in front of my eyes. I'm joining the game right now to play with you and to see how the ASK13 is working.
It seems we do not have any question yet, but feel free to ask on different chat on YouTube, on Twitch, and we'll pass the message to Chris and Vic to try to get some secrets of the Condor team.
Nice.
So, Antoine, did you try already the escape?
I tried it very quickly, but it's gonna be really the first real try tonight with it. So really looking forward to it. And I'm just about to take off right now behind the tow plane.
Maybe, Jean-David, we can switch to Antoine if we are not yet with Antoine yet.
So I am behind a Piper Cub,
Oh, okay.
red Piper Cub, actually.
Okay.
It's quite nice. And this airfield is really nice as well.
Where are we?
It's Turnau. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think it's in Austria, most probably.
Turnau, yeah.
Turnau. And
It's
it's
in
a cool
southern Austria, yeah.
And do you have some information, Vic, about how the landscape was created on Slovenia 3 and how this airfield of Turnau was created as well with the sloped runway?
Yes, so the landscape itself was made by Michel, DGT, who also makes the Arcopin sceneries and others, of course. So he made the basic landscape, and then Chris actually developed the sloping runway, how to do that, and wrote an initial guide on that. And then Xavier stepped in and helped us out rewrite that guide to make it more accessible.
Okay.
And then we were a team, I think, of about 5 people. So there was Jan Oorthuizen, it's Whiskey, and then Lubos, Milos, Michel, and Xavier, and a little bit also help from me, who made all the airports. But I mostly spent my time making all the buildings you see and the power lines.
Okay.
So that little team made, I think it's 39 or 40 airports in the scenery. And several of them have the sloped runway, and this one is one of the most sloped runways we have. So we developed together with Euros, developed some techniques to make the smooth surface, and that also required to rewrite the whole ground physics code, so the gliders and the tow planes could take off from sloped runways.
A huge work, I imagine.
Yes, I think the landscape took about 2 years to make in total.
Okay. Oh. And do you have any information about new high-quality landscapes that may come out in the future?
Well, not from the Condor team, I would say, but I guess there are several people making landscapes, especially Michel.
Mm-hmm.
And also Milos with all the sceneries from Condor World.
Okay.
I will come in here and say that I sourced all of the textures for the landscape because we were very, very keen to be sure that we had a copyright permission from all of the texture suppliers, and so this took quite a while. Some were quite easy because of the EU have a great scheme to share some what are photo textures, but Hungary was quite difficult. We had to get a minute. We had to get permission from the Prime Minister's office to use their photo textures, and that took quite a while. As a result, we have photo textures available for 2-meter resolution for the whole of Hungary, and I'm hoping that at some point someone will come along and want to make that landscape, but nothing has come of that yet.
Okay. So there might be an extension of the current landscape?
I don't think it'll be
Yeah.
an extension. I think it would be a new landscape. We don't want to revisit this one.
Okay.
Okay, so if you are watching us right now, you can jump in the Discord and ask any question you have regarding Condor with all developers here, team developers. Do not hesitate. We have Colin on watching YouTube who says that it's very cool. Thank you, Colin. So Antoine, seems you finished your towing.
Yeah, I released earlier than what I expected, let's say, but I choose to do it to be lower and to have some fun next to the ridges to try to find something, because it's not easy to climb in low altitude. So I want to try to climb from the bottom here to then get a good climb. But the wind is from the south for 15 kilometers per hour, 15, 18, it depends where you are. And I'm trying to climb from there, and it's quite cool with the SK13 to do that, because you can do it at a very slow speed, and you can climb easily.
We have a question for Chris and Vic. Will there be a normal LAC 17 FES?
Sorry, LAC 17 FES.
Yeah.
Yes, there will.
Nice.
It's a relatively straightforward plane to make, and we have it sort of ready, but not ready for release yet.
Okay.
Okay.
And
we make a lot of we have a lot of models in various states of readiness, but most of them require a flight model. And
okay.
at the moment, that the priority is more on some development other than planes, I guess.
Yeah, because there are. Do you know how many planes we have already available in Condor 3?
It's more than 40,
Which
Yeah,
is
it's
already
if I remember
quite a lot.
correctly.
It depends how you count them. If you count
Yeah.
the 15 and 18 meter versions, or the
Oh yeah.
18 and 21 meter versions like in JS1, then it's a lot more than 40. But yeah, if you're just talking
Wow.
about basic types, then I think it's 42 or something like this.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
42. It's including the span variants, and I think it's about 30 different types, if I
Okay.
remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot.
And what do you think at the gliders, the people, the fans are the most looking forward to?
We don't know.
Yeah, let us know.
We don't know. What we can say is that because of the workload that we have at the moment, is that we won't be taking a lot of new suggestions for quite a while.
I'm flying with extra kilo echo. I don't know if you have me on camera, but it's quite cool. Really close to each other on the ridge. Yeah.
Of course, if somebody wants a plane, then they can always make the model, and if it's good enough, we can always take it over, and I can put the animations in and everything, and can be brought to Condor in a while, of course, because we have a queue, of course.
And
Nice.
what is your specification to have a good head?
It has to be made by somebody who knows what they're doing. We've had a lot of models given, and generally they're not great. We would love to find more people who have skill with Blender, and they don't have to have experience in making planes, because we can show them how to do that. But they do need to know how to use Blender, and that can take a while to learn.
So what is a bad model?
Beg your pardon?
What is a bad model? So
Inaccurate. Not enough details. Parts missing. Things like this. The most important thing is that the basic model to start with is accurate. These correct shapes, correct sizes, everything in the right place. But as time goes by, the Condor plane models, we're increasing the amount of detail, so it becomes more and more difficult as time goes by, and more time consuming.
And also we are still learning, and we keep getting better at making planes. So the
This is
newer
true.
ones are much nicer than the older ones, I think. Even though the older ones also look nice. I still learn every new model I make. I still learn new techniques, new ways to do things better.
Okay, so I think Mark joined the Discord. Hello, Mark.
Hello, guys.
So
hi, Mark.
I think Mark had a lot of input also on gliders.
Yeah, Mark does performance testing for us.
And
maybe you can tell something about that, Mark.
Yeah, well, actually, I'm doing the in-flight polar measurements to check that they are in agreement with the flight planner polars. I've made some. I have developed some software that allows to automate that and correct for altitude and things like that. So it generates the polar rather easily.
And do the polar provided by the manufacturer are close to the reality?
Well, most of it, well, I guess they're improving because they're using more and more Ida Fleek or Johnson's polars.
Okay.
They're probably less optimistic than they used to be tens of years ago.
Yeah. Okay, so we have a question for you, Chris. I think. How do you use the 3D scan to create a glider on Condor?
Oh, right. Well, the 3D scanner is quite a cool thing. I would say, I mean, I said earlier that I used the iPhone to scan the K13 in Beaujolais. This is not a good way of doing it. It's very difficult with the iPhone 3D scanning, especially to scan the cockpits. But if you buy a specialist 3D scanner, which we did last year, I haven't had a need to use it yet, but we have a 3D scanner and we'll be using it come this summer to scan some planes. I believe I'm planning to come and scan Sebastian's Ash 25.
Nice.
Good news.
Well, we wanted to do it before, didn't we?
Yeah.
But I missed the opportunity because I was too busy, I think. But hopefully this year we'll be doing that, and whatever other interesting planes might be there. We do have a very big list of planes to make, though. Huge.
Yeah. So
this 3D model that comes out of the scanner, I've seen some. We've gotten some from other planes as well, from other people, and you can't use it directly in Condor. We have to basically trace the whole scan, because the scan is like millions of vertices usually. Vertices are the little points that make up the corners of all the surfaces you see.
Mm-hmm.
And we just trace that with a lower density mesh of points to make the final model. But so the position will be accurate, but just less detailed than it, because the scanner makes way too much detail, much more than a game can take.
This is true. Yeah, we have to severely restrict the number of vertices in each model because otherwise the performance would be terrible. It would be slow and jumpy and things like this.
For example, when you make this tube frame here in the ASK13, you see in the cockpit, it's the tubes are probably 8 or 10 or 12 sided, depends on how big the tube is. So it's basically it's not a circle, but it's made up of several corners, and the more corners you make, the more round it looks. But if you make too many points, so make it rounder, so approximate, then it's just too much detail. And the 3D scanner makes dots all over the pipe where you only need the start and the end of the pipe, and then in the middle it's just one big surface. And the 3D scanner just makes points all along that surface, which you don't need.
And do you have some software to optimize this, or it's manually done?
No, it's all manual.
Okay. And
we don't always use 3D scanners for planes. I mean, originally all the planes were made purely from photographs, but we have good relationships with manufacturers now, with Schempiert and the Schleicher and Jonker, and some of these will give us a model straight out of their CAD system, so we know that this is perfectly accurate. But it has the same problem that of 3D scanning, is that it's got many thousands of vertices, so we still have to make our model and use that as a template reference.
Just for sense of scale, a CAD model we get is between 2 and 5 million vertices, and a condor plane has to be about less than 150,000. So that's about what's 10%, less than 10% of the vertices can remain.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, so you got this 3D model. Which software do you use to manipulate the point?
It's Blender.
Blender. So it's an open source software, isn't it?
Yes, we use mostly open source tools to make everything.
Okay, nice. So everyone can do it?
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
So I personally use only open source stuff. So I have a Blender, which is free on blender.org, and then I use the software for the textures is GIMP, which is a free image editing program.
Mm-hmm.
And that's similarly, sorry, go on.
Yeah, that's basically all you need to make a plane.
Yeah, I use obviously Blender, but I use Photoshop for textures. Because I learned how to use that a long time ago, and I don't like changing something that already works.
Yeah. Okay, so Antoine, how do you feel this ASK13?
Yeah, it's really nice to fly. Like I'm at 73 kph in close to the ridge in a small thermal, let's say. There's a bit of lift here to try to get some more altitude to then get to the top of the mountains here and then reach the cumuluses that are quite high today. But it's really nice to fly. As I said, especially close to the ridges, because you can fly much slower than what you're used to fly with the GS3 or any fully ballasted glider. So it's really nice, and I kind of feel that it can forgive a lot of mistakes. So really a nice gliders for training and for school lessons, I would say.
And are you used to fly it in real?
No. So I started my training on the ASK13 like a lot of people did. I did my first solo on it, and it's quite close indeed from the time I flew it. And then I I stopped flying it for like 10 years, and I flew it 1 or 2 years ago back, and it was really nice, and it was really weird as well to fly in this glider again, because then when you are on your own after the first solo, then you go to new gliders, and then you go into carbon composite gliders, which are really high performance gliders and so on, and then you come back to this, and it's really weird because the position in the glider is not the same as well. But it's really nice to have those memories and to fly the K13 again.
Okay, and how do you feel the Condor version compared to the reality?
I would say the same for now. The same for now. Yeah, I just need to get into a big and strong thermal to feel it really. But for now, it's really good. Really good. I really love it actually. So, and I love to fly next to a K8 as well, because that was as well one of my first glider. But the K8 has been it's been available in Condor 2 for quite a while, I would say. So we are more used to fly with it. And I'm really happy as well to fly with the K13 in Condor 3, because it was in Condor 1. And when I started flying on Condor 1, I used to fly with the K13 as well, obviously. So it's really cool to have it back in the game, in the simulator.
K8 was the first one I made for Condor,
Nice.
because I flew my first solo on the K. I also learned to fly on the K13 and then went to the K8 for my first solo.
Nice. Yeah, I think a lot of glider pilots in Europe learned how to fly in a glider in a K13. So it's really nice for everyone, I think.
A question about a more recent glider, a Champierce glider. What about Arcus and Ventus 3M? Is there anything in the pipe related to this?
Yes, I leave that one to you.
Me?
Yep.
This he's very political is week, because he knows that I'm in control of which gliders are put out next. You mean the Arcus M and the which was the other one?
Ventus
Ventus
3M.
Ventus 3M.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure about the Ventus. I don't remember what the situation of that was, but the Arcus M is on the list. Now, the situation that we find ourselves in with development at the moment is that we have plenty of time for Week and I to make planes, but in order for them to be completed, they have to have a flight model, and the flight model is always made by Eurus. Standard class planes, i.e. non-flapped planes and non-motor planes, are usually quite quick to make the flight model, but flapped and ones with motors or with special new instruments can take quite a lot of Eurus's time up. And that is the thing that we don't have at the moment. We want to be bringing out OpenXR, but in our investigations of it last month, we found that the drivers for many headsets in OpenXR are not 32-bit. They're only available in 64-bit, and so that has forced us to slightly revise what our plan is for the rest of this, or for the next period, to support 64-bit, in order we can then go and complete the OpenXR work.
Wow.
So we've been clearing the decks for Euros so that we're not using up too much of his time, and that will be a priority for the next period.
It's a lot of work, it seems.
It is a lot of work, and it's got a good possibility of introducing some bugs which have never been seen before. So there will be a fair amount of testing required as well.
Okay.
But it's not something which we can ignore at this point, and that's how it's going.
Okay.
Nice to know.
Yeah.
But that unfortunately also means that planes will be delayed. Some planes will have to be delayed till later.
Some of the more complex planes will have to be delayed, and we would still want to bring out a plane every month, but that might slip a little bit, and the more complex planes will probably end up being pushed off into the future at some point, even though they're close to finished.
Okay.
Having said that, we are expecting to bring a plane out at the end of this month, so we don't think there'll be a problem with that.
Okay.
Cool.
A question about the tow plane. It seems there is two different type of pony. One with 235 horsepower and another one with 260. Is there really a difference? Because we have a question about that.
I think the question is about which version is in Condor.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but when we did the performance of the tow planes, I took a bunch of IGC files from real competitions, from several different tow planes and glider combinations, and measured the average climb rate of them, and that's where we based the climb rates of the tow planes off.
Okay.
Okay.
So it is a pony which was used in the Euroglide 2019, I think, or 2017. I'm not sure. I took all the IGC files from all the planes that towed with the pony and took the average climb value they got. These are fully ballasted gliders in several different classes.
Mm-hmm. Because John is saying that the current version is pretty anemic. So maybe
it climbs the same as it does with a real fully ballasted glider.
So maybe with an empty glider, it's not as
no, because in Condor usually we tow with full ballast, and in real life, I guess most of the tows are not done with full ballast in normal club use. So then a glider is 150 kilos lighter or something, and then it tows much better.
Okay, but in Condor, if the glider is with ballast and without, the rate
is there a difference?
Yes, there is difference. The glider without ballast will tow faster, or more get more vertical speed.
Okay, so John, maybe you can just remove your water, and you should have the correct performance. Okay, so if you are still watching us, do not ask your question right now, because I don't think we will stay too much live. So you have still, I think, maybe a few minutes only to ask your questions. So you can join on Discord, the FAI Virtual Gliding Discord, and you can also join the flight if you want.
Or ask in the chat.
Yeah, or ask in the chat. Yeah.
It's been a bit of work for me. I'm reaching 2,000 meters in a few minutes. I don't remember when I released, but I think it was at 1,100 meters. So it takes some time to get up here, because I didn't set a strong wind on the ridges. So I wanted to see how much time it would take me to go up and up on top of those mountains, and I'm about to reach them. So it's cool. But yeah, it's a lot of work, just like in real life. So I'm happy to see that.
And Antoine, you made a nice skin for FAI.
Yeah, just a a skin for with the vintage, the old FAI logo on the tail of the SK13. It's yeah, I liked it, but it's all based on the skins done by Patrick to Papa, who, as Chris said, made really amazing skins so far. So it's really easy to take one of his work and to just change the colors and try to find something that suits you. And I think in Condor Club there is an option as well for to download all the skins from all the pilots who registered to an event now. So it's quite cool. I think you can get a lot of skins now.
In Condor 2, there was some issue with performance with it, I think.
Okay.
But
We will
maybe
need
with
to ask
Condor 3,
Thierry then.
yeah, maybe with Condor 3 there is no more issue. But on Condor Club there is a lot of skins, different skins.
Okay. Going to join Mark.
Guys, I will jump out because there's a competition on tonight, which I would like to fly. So
No problem, and thanks a lot, Vic.
yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you
Thank
next
you so
time
much.
for the next month for the next plane. Then
Yeah.
Good luck with the
Hey.
competition, Rick.
thanks.
Thank you, Vic. Thank you so much for joining.
Bye, Rick.
And Mark, you are not joining the competition tonight?
No, I'm not flying competitions. I'm too old for that now.
But Mark, you are, for your viewers, Mark is animating a server nearly every day. So thank you, Mark, for the community.
Yeah. A very nice server.
Yeah.
Finally some lift. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe how are you on the? How many of you are on the server?
I
Or
think
Eight.
was about 8 now, almost
Wow.
10. But I think mostly everyone is trying the contest tonight. So obviously only just a few were able to join.
I think
To have a chat.
there is some pilot in spectate mode, I think, because yeah.
That's
Some
possible, yeah. Because you needed to have one of the gliders as well to join tonight.
yeah. Do you want me to reduce the join time so you can do the task?
For me it's good free flight like this, but maybe you can reduce it so that if someone wants to start the task, you can do that. Yeah, it's really nice to fly the SK13. Really nice. I'm taking a lot of pleasure to fly it. Really, and it's really nice because when you have to turn, when you do a full 180-degree turn, you need to go full rudder on the side you're going towards. So it's really nice.
Okay, so I just changed the join time to 15 minutes. So
I see that.
if you want to join, you still have 15 minutes to join the
15
server.
minutes to come and join and try to do this race. A short race for you. It's 92 kilometers, but in the SK13 it takes some time, obviously. But it will not take too much time with the ceiling that we have tonight. I'm trying to find the thermal from here, but it's not easy. Maybe I can set the thermal helpers. I see Mark right here. Ah, yeah, it's right there. Cool. I think it's a really nice glider to do the training really, and to just take off using the winch here in Turnhout, and then you can do your circuits and learn how to fly and how to land properly. So and on the sloped runway, it's even more difficult. So I think it's really nice to do.
It's a very stable glider as well, isn't it? It's very nice to fly.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
But it's very good also for spin training because it's you don't need to change the center of gravity to like the K21.
Do you want
Yeah.
to show it, Mark?
I'm a bit low for that.
Ah,
I'm just behind you.
okay.
Are you spectating this as well then?
Yes, yes, yes.
I can.
You can do that. We
I
will
can
follow
do
you.
that, yeah. Where are
Thank
we?
you, Chris.
I'm not sure how far what height above the ground I've got, but it looks okay.
Yeah, it looks quite good.
Okay, now we have
Three.
new request for other gliders. You are ready, Chris?
He's
Yeah,
trying
I'm ready.
to do a spin.
Yeah.
What do you mean
Yes,
trying?
I didn't see it, that's why.
Oh, you missed it.
No, I
No.
don't know. I have no idea. I'm just flying
too-
just like you.
I'm-
Sebastian, was it successful?
Yeah, very nice.
Ah, nice.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there was a question, was there?
Yeah. Do you plan to release LS8? LS8 with E, so the new version, the Neo version,
So
and
FES? Oh,
FES. Yeah.
So sorry, LS8 FES.
Yeah.
It's a plane we could make, but we don't have a plan at this minute. No, we're not planning to do it.
okay.
Okay. So if someone want to model it, maybe it will help to
But
have.
we have the LS8 already in the game, but
Yeah,
not with the FES.
that's
And-
right. Yeah.
And I think there is a Neo version also. So with a winglet, maybe.
But that's
No?
the Neo version in
That's a-
Condor. That's already the Neo. That's not the old one.
Okay.
That's right. We
So-
already
And
have the,
a lot of people are flying it.
And
Yeah.
only the FES is missing. So, but not yet in the plan. Okay.
It takes time to turn when you're slow, just as in real life with the SK13. So that's really fun.
yes,
That's
yes.
nice. It works well. Really nice one, Mark. Thank you.
Also, when you if you're flying slow and you're close to the stall, you get a very, very nice buffet.
Oh, nice. I'll try that. And as well, in the all the two-seaters right now, you can fly at the back of the glider, back of the aircraft, on
This is
the
true.
back seat, and
Yes,
it's really good. I'm flying front seat now to have the full visibility. I didn't want to have someone in front, but you can fly at the back, and you can have an instructor teaching you how to fly as well. So it's a really cool feature that I think will develop more and more over the month now.
Yes, you can also fly from the back seat in offline. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to be online with another person. You can fly
Yeah,
alone,
exactly.
get in the back seat with the.
But it's much better to fly online.
Yeah, of course. If you can do that, yes, much better to fly online. So there are races every day with several communities, and one of the next things we are working on is to build a directory, by the way, of all the communities worldwide with all the links to their servers, websites, and so on, so that someone from Japan, Korea, or Africa, or anywhere in the world can join his local community to train and to learn how to fly, and then how to fly fast, how to race online, and then hopefully more and more people will be able to join the official races after some months. But it's a work we are doing right now, and if you want to share your directories, your websites, and so on, you are more than welcome to do that on the Condor forum or on our Discord channel. And then afterwards, we'll add that to the website, the official virtual gliding website, where you will be able to join anyone there. Because I don't think there is one page that does have all the links right now for everyone.
We have another question for Chris. How much time do you work on Condor? Is it a part-time job or a hobby?
It's part time for me. I suppose about half of my time is used up on Condor. It's become with the release of Condor 3, there are many more questions and tech support questions that we get. So that is taking up quite a lot of my time every week.
Okay, and maybe you can share about the rest of the team. Your son Vic.
Just a minute. I'm just trying to get to land.
Nice one.
I'm trying to get down without wasting all the height with the air brakes, but just go on autopilot.
So maybe during this time, maybe a question for Antoine. I think you have some input. Any news? Julien is asking, any news about the FRN scenario?
The what?
FRN.
The France landscape and scenery. Yes.
He's asking for FRN, but maybe it's more. I'll let you answer.
Yeah. So the landscape. I know that Michel Digiti is working on the landscape for France, for the entire France. We know that it's gonna take some time, but he's already working on it. And I've seen, and Sebastian and Jean-David and the people working in the organization, I've seen already a few pictures of the new landscape of France with all the buildings in France, and it's going to take quite a lot of space on your disk. So you will need probably the estimation for the landscape is about 200 gigabytes for the entire France, so including the Alps, the Pyrenees, and yeah, just the entire France with all the autogen textures, the new way to do the landscapes, the sloped runway, and so on. And I think once it's released, then it will. I think it will be released in a few months. They really have a lot of work to do, but when it will be released, I think a lot of people will be keen to work on this landscape, especially the ones from their gliding clubs, to add all the objects or try to make a better runway that looks like more their reality, to train their pilots there, because I think Condor 3 is going to be really a perfect tool for training, especially pre-training when you're starting to fly. and FFVP, so the French Association of Gliding, was already using Condor 2 for training, but now with Condor 3 it's much better, and you can even start in the air at any point on the map, so it's really convenient if you want to train, if you want to just do some circuits, learn how to do hot landings or stuff like that in airfields close to your airfields, for example. So it's really a really nice tool for everyone. So I think everyone will be really looking forward to the release of the landscape of France, at least in France. But yeah, looking forward to that. So I hope you have your question, but they're working on it, and it will take some time, and it will take obviously some space on your computer.
Thank you, Antoine. I hope, Julien, it doesn't answer your question.
I hope someone didn't die there. The loud noise. No, loud noise.
Who's that?
Just a cat
Who was
here.
that?
Who was that? Mark, are you okay? Yes.
Yeah, I'm perfectly okay.
As long as it was a crashing condor, not you falling off your chair at home.
Yeah. Or just some books falling from a desk. That's okay.
Okay, so Chris, did you land it correctly?
Yes, I've landed. Yes.
Okay, so maybe you can share about is it a part-time job or a hobby for Euros and Vic?
Well, Week and Eurus both have full-time jobs. Week is a pilot, and Eurus is the meteorologist and technical support at the airport in Ljubljana. So
Je ne vois plus rien.
I have more time than them, but I have quite a lot to do. Yeah, so Week does makes planes and these sorts of things, same as I do. He was doing a lot of landscape work and working on the importer from OpenStreetMap for all the buildings and power lines and stuff like this, but that is complete work now, so I don't think there's much more to do. A little bit of updates and things occasionally. Euros does all of the programming and creation of various things required. You can thank Euros for the changes to the weather and the thunderstorms and how the thermals work with the mountains. That's this amazing bit of work that he's done there, and you see from the comments from real life pilots that how accurate that is to real world. Was it you, Antoine, who posted that video last week of a real life flight and a Condor flight in the same place?
Yes, so that's not a video from me, but indeed I posted that on the Condor forum. I think Sebastian found it first. And
it was amazing to see.
Exactly, it was impressive to watch the video, because you can really see that if you set the correct settings, because you can set a lot of stat settings and weather settings in Condor 3 now. If you set them properly, you really get something so close to reality, and especially that the video was really in the mountains, so you had ridge flying and thermals just similar to what we have tonight, and it was working so well. Like you had really the same you had the same lift at the same moment, so it was really crazy to see.
Yes, I mean I agree. So I mean that's how it works with us. We talk almost every day between Euros and I, and Week as well. It works pretty well.
Yeah, congrats. It's more and more close to the reality. Thank you for that.
Okay. Well, if there are no more questions, I will leave you now, and thank you for the opportunity for this chat.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chris, for
Good
joining tonight.
That's
Thank you,
okay.
you too.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Chris.
There we go.
Okay. Okay, so the join time is now over, and in a bit less than 8 minutes now, you will be able to take the start. It's a regatta start, Antoine?
I think so. I didn't change anything. I've had to leave the flight because I had an issue with my headset because I touched the cable with my hand, which I shouldn't have done. So I had to quit, and I tried to rejoin, but now it's too late, so I can't do that anymore. So, but anyway, is it time to close the live streaming now, Sebastian?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, indeed. So thank you so much for joining us for this small discovery of the SK13 tonight. All that I can say is that it was really, really nice to fly it and to try it out for 1 hour. It was a lot of pleasure to welcome as well the Condor team with Chris, Oxo, and Vic, who is flying the Condor World Cup right now. So a lot of chance. Good luck to him. And yeah, thank you so much for organizing this as well, and for the ideas, Sebastian, and to Jean-David for the live streaming, Mark for the gliders, and everyone obviously working on Condor 3 and on the development of virtual gliding here. Do you want to close the live streaming for us, Sebastian?
Yeah, and just another one, if you have any question, do not hesitate to comment on the video or in the chat. You can join the Discord and we will try to answer your question. We'll try to get the answer from anyone. And thank you for joining tonight. And have a good week.
Thank you, Sebastian. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. And we'll see you very soon for another announcement and for another event. So thank you so much. Keep following us, fly on Condor 3, enjoy, and we'll see you very soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.